Hello everyone, hope all well, enjoying your quarantine. So let's have some quarantine classes too. I believe that this will be a happy learning for all of us. Children, today I would like to share a poem from class 10th from First Flight. First Flight, it is a textbook, and I have chosen one poem, and the name of the poem is Dust of Snow. Dust of Snow, composed by Robert Frost. Before moving to this poem, children, I would like to let you know about a short introduction about this poem. Basically, this poem is simple and short, but have a deeper meaning larger than life. In this poem, the poet explains how can an act as petty as experiencing snow on one's body can brightens up one day. So this is the plot of the poem. So let's start reading the stanza, that is first, and I like to read before you. Listen carefully, then we'll go for its explanation. So here we go. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. In the first stanza, second line, we have come across a word shook. Shook means to shake. And the last line, first stanza, the poet describes about a hemlock tree. Children, hemlock tree is a poisonous tree having small white flowers. So this is the first stanza. So let's begin with its explanation. The poem starts with the poet, where the poet seems to be on a very bad mood, might be struggling difficult times, tough time, encountering difficult situations, struggling his terrible day. So here one day, a poet, he was passing by a hemlock tree, and in this poem the poet describes about a crow, and this crow happens to throw a snow dust on poet's body. Now, whether it is not so clear that the snow falls on poet's head or shoulder, but it is unknown, and it is not specifically mentioned in the poem. Also, the readers, they are also left in dilemma that whether what about the bird's action, whether the crow was standing or shivering in cold or readjusting itself on the branches or taking off. So there is no specific description about the bird's action. Now, children, in this poem, the poet has used two agents of nature. The first, the hemlock tree, and the second, the crow. Here, these two agents of nature, the hemlock tree and the crow, they are considered to be the signifier of sadness and gloom. Whereas in the opening of the poem, we have seen that the poet, seems to be in a very crappy mood, in a very crappy situation. So this is how in the first stanza the poet describes about his observation. Coming to the second stanza, again I would like to read. Listen carefully and then we will go ahead with its explanation. So here we go. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. In this second stanza, the word rude, R-U-E-D, it means apologize, or you can say weep over, or like digressions. So here the poet in the second stanza, although he is having a very terrible day, too many faults, too many reasons in his life that makes him weaken. Children, in this second stanza, the poet is in a very distressed state. But suddenly, as the snow falls on poet's body, instantly the mood changed, lifted up. This is how the hemlock tree and the crow, as in the first stanza, we have seen that these are the two agents of nature which are considered as the signifier of sadness and gloomness. But here in this second stanza, the transition that we can see in this second stanza of this poem, that as soon as the snow falls on poet's body, suddenly his mood instantly changed. Children, the poet has beautifully described these two negative references, the hemlock and the crow. These are the negative references used in the poem. But how beautifully the poet has described these two agents of nature, and these two agents of nature, they act as a reason for happiness for poet's world. It brings joy and happiness in poet's life, one's life. Remember, children, no one should take things granted. This is how the changes that we can see in nature. Nature can give happiness. The same we have seen in this poem, that the poem, it runs on a very gloomy state in the first stanza, but coming on the second stanza, the poem, it seems to be full of colors. So never take anything granted, should be open-hearted, always ready to accept whatever the nature is choosing to give or bless us in our life. I would like to say that human being can also be a reason to bring happiness and joy in one's life who are living with us in this present world. So that's the end of the poem. Have a good day, good time, stay safe, stay home, stay healthy, and have a happy life. Thank you.